Hello everybody, I'm Scott.
I'm Chelsea.
And we're the Gallivanting Gamers!
Woo-hoo!
Alright, so today we are going to be talking about Gorillaz. Not the band, not the animal. There's an old MS-DOS game called Gorillaz.
I didn't know about this one because I'm not as old as him.
But it's burnt into my childhood memory and I had to resurrect it. So what's funny about the game Gorillaz is that it doesn't even feel like a complete game. It seems like a test game. As if someone was learning how to program and they came up with this shorthand idea.
It's really cute.
And it works.
It's cute. So basically, he showed me. So there's all these buildings, and you've got two gorillas, like two King Kongs basically. And then each player puts in like velocity and angle.
Yes.
And that determines
the velocity and angle.
The velocity and angle of the arc of this banana that you're trying to throw at the other player, who's like on the other side of these buildings. And so you're guessing, unless you're like a math genius, you're just gonna be guessing.
Unless you're a banana throwingologist.
So you put in the numbers and you just watch to see the banana go. And
at a very slow pace.
It goes. If you put it in some numbers, it goes way above the screen, above the little smiling sunshine, and maybe it'll knock out some of the buildings if it doesn't hit the other person.
You can hit the sunshine and it'll make a "oh no" kind of face.
How dare you?
If you miss the gorilla and it hits a building, it leaves a little hole. So it that's one. I'm pretty sure this is one of our first examples in gaming when it comes to destructible environments. So, and I can't help but think that this game may have inspired the video game Rampage later on, where you're, the King Kong-looking gorilla and a big Godzilla-looking lizard, and you're destroying buildings and punching out windows and stuff.
I feel like King Kong was a big thing in the video games in the beginning. Like you have Donkey Kong.
Yep. Well, they pulled a lot from him, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, maybe video games weren't. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but
possibly.
I can't help but think when they first started to gain the steam, people looked at them with the idea of possibility, and maybe this is going to be some new art form, even if it's cartoony. So naturally they'd go back to some of the classics, movie-wise, and some of the big sellers there, and maybe seek that out for influence. So I could see King Kong being like, wow, we need to use that because just look at the epic story, and maybe that would be iconic for a video game.
King Kong is the definition of iconic.
Yeah. So.
But why did you get so into this game that it's such a big memory for you?
We had an old Packard Bell computer, right? And it was before Windows existed, but not quite complete DOS to where you would type in the C directory and everything. There was a small little interface that would show you the locations of various games and programs and whatnot. And we happen to have this on this particular DOS machine, and so we played with it a little bit. This is how I was introduced to a few DOS games. There was Gorillaz. There was one called Codename Iceman, which we'll cover in a later video. And another one we'll cover in a later video was Hugo's House of Horrors. That's an interesting one. And then another one, that's also how I was introduced to Space Quest, King's Quest, and Hero's Quest. The first one I've actually played was Hero's Quest, and those were other series that were completely alien to me because I was used to my Nintendo library. So when I found out about these computer games, I was like, oh wow, that's so different. You're not going to put more than 10 minutes in it. It's just a quick, fun little thing to do just for a little bit of time.
I mean, unless it's the middle of the night and you're just really hooked on trying to guess the angle and the velocity. You're just oh, what's it going to do now?
Yeah.
Oh, I knocked out part of the building.
Yep.
And then you sip them soda.
That's the other thing is when you finally do hit your gorilla, the gorilla makes an atomic explosion and knocks out all these buildings around it.
Every time the banana hits a building, it's a little mouse bite out of it or whatever. And then if you hit the gorilla, it's kaboom!
Yeah.
And you're like, the banana definitely did all that work.
I don't know if there's any reasoning for this too, but I also want to point out that there's a total of 8 colors over the entire screen. So when you think of an 8-bit game, that's you know,
And
anyway,
that's including the text, right?
yeah. So when you think of an 8-bit game, it's like generally 3 colors per sprite or per tile or anything like that. So there's more than 8 colors on an NES screen, depending on how it's divided up. But altogether, if you look at this game, you have sort of a yellow color for the windows, and that's the same color they use for the sun, that yellow. They have sort of a dark gray for like other windows without lights. They have a light gray for buildings, red, and a light blue also for buildings, sort of a dark blue for the sky, white for text, and the sort of orangish, salmon-y pink, maybe kind of color for the gorilla itself. I don't know. It's really simple. Like I said, it felt like it could have started as a college project and turned into a full-fledged game.
They're figuring out what works.
Absolutely. Well, let me know if you remembered it in the comments.
Do you remember, or is this a fever dream that Scott had?
Is it a fever dream that I had, or if you remember Gorillaz, or was it popular, was it not popular? Let me know in the comments. Please throw a banana at the smash button, throw a banana at the like button and the subscribe button, and blow them up and all that good stuff. And the bell icon. Apparently you gotta ring that bell. That's what everybody says nowadays. Yeah, I'm just
Do all the
copying people.
things.
Yep. See you in the next video.